All right, man. Let's talk about Deshaun Watson. Like the NFL may be about to suspend him for a year for 24 civil cases. Now, at one point, I think it was 22 civil cases. Now, the 22 civil cases, they could not find any validity or any validity for criminal charges. So think about that for a minute. They couldn't find no validity for charges. But then again, like I said, it's 12 women stepping, 24 women now. I think it grew by two. And it's just, like I said before, it's a witch hunt. And like I said, when you look at the Aaron Rodgers situation, when Aaron Rodgers wanted to lead Green Bay, they wouldn't let him lead Green Bay. In the NFL, they just don't want it to become a players' league. That's what they want. They don't want players dictating their future like the National Basketball Association. They don't want to let blacks buy teams. They don't want to let blacks have any control in the National Football League. If anybody don't see it, they don't want players to have control, and they don't want blacks to own or have any control in the National Football League. He meant so they're gonna take 2 years of his career and no criminal charges are been filed. And before, there's been players in the NFL under Paul Tagliabue, the previous commissioner, who literally caught bodies. Leonard Little, Dante Starwork, and they still was able to play in this league. And I mean, it is what it is. And I ain't saying what they saying ain't true, but I'm saying, how can you pursue a civil suit but not want swift justice? That makes no sense. Why how you gonna pursue a civil suit and not pursue charges? Come on. And a district attorney, this is their dream to take their career to another level. Think about that for a minute. This is a dream for any district attorney to make a name, to make a famous case on CNN, to take their career off. This is a dream. And they couldn't find nothing. They couldn't find anything to make this stick. Think about that for a minute. They couldn't find anything to make this to make this stick. Because anybody can go do a civil suit for whatever. And we haven't had we had a resolution to the criminal or the judicial system aspect of it. We have. We've had, criminal charges will not go, no matter how many people say you got 20-some people, but you can't find one lick of evidence for criminal charges. Think about that for a minute. Crazy, right? Super duper crazy, in my opinion, but that's life. And this is the Me Too movement. And if you got 24 people pointing a finger at you, at least one of them got to be telling the truth. And he put himself in those type of positions. So, I mean, he can't be mad at it. You put yourself in those positions. Had he never wanted to leave Houston, Texas, none of this would have came about. I can guarantee you that. And if they're gonna do this to me, if I'm Deshaun Watson, then I'll hire my own private investigator, the same private investigators the National Football League uses. I hire my own private investigators to see, what Houston did. He got paid all last year, so he's gonna go a year without getting paid. And I'm pretty sure he's prepared for that. I'm pretty sure Cleveland's probably gonna hold on to Baker Mayfield right now, because it makes no sense to trade him. He's about to be gone for a year. Even after being exonerated in the judicial system, the NFL has its own judicial system. Which, if the players had any cohesiveness and any camaraderie, any real union, it wouldn't fly. And apparently, they trying to quote unquote clean up the image of the National Football League, but they want to clean it up in every aspect instead of the ways they really should be cleaning it up. They got the black community to, buy back in. Why? Because they put a couple. It's just the same saying. They put a couple people up there for a concert, and everybody bought back in. And then when everybody, oh, they're not that bad. Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, just because they threw us a bone at the Super Bowl, and on top of that, and they didn't even want to let them Dr. Dre do the show that he wanted to do. So I mean, like I said before, when Aaron Rodgers tried to shake the free Green Bay, and they wouldn't let him, let's let you know, man, the players have not made any ground for their rights. They haven't been able to take away the franchise tag. Um, you know, they haven't been able to get better contracts. People say, well, insurance is the reason they can't better contracts. The insurance on the contracts, that's bullshit. If you can guarantee me money for the first 2 years, it should be a 2 year contract. You know, you know. So something to look at. But the NFL seeks for a significant suspension of Deshaun Watson. The NFL will argue that Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson received significant suspension for violating the league's personal conduct policy. Multiple people familiar with the case on Friday. The league will seek a suspension of one full season for Watson. A person on Watson's side of the case said Friday. A person familiar with the league view of a case cautioned to be careful about specifying a precise length at this point for suspension. The NFL will seek, but that person also said significant would be a proper term. You know, Watson faces 24 civil suits by a woman. Women accuse him of sexual misconduct. The allegations include making inappropriate comments, exposing himself, forcing, whatever he was doing. Watson and his attorney, Rusty Hardin, have denied allegations. Two grand juries in Texas declined to charge Watson with a crime. NFL is preparing to present findings of investigations to Sue L. Robinson, the former U.S. District Judge, who was disciplinary officer jointly appointed by the league and the NFL's Players Association under conduct. I mean, she in the league back pocket just like the union. The league hosting and the entire disciplinary process, including resolution of any potential appeal. The NFL Roger Goodell or person designated by him is completed by the start of training camp, which is in a few weeks. The person with knowledge of the matter, the Browns are scheduled to open training camp July 27th. Quote, like I said, I never saw that anyone, I never harassed anyone, I never disrespected anyone, Watson said Tuesday at the news conference at the Browns office practice. I never forced anyone to do anything. So he said, I can't control that. Why I said this week of NFL disciplinary process. I met with the NFL a couple weeks ago. I did everything they asked me to do. I answered every question truthfully that the NFL asked me. I spent hours with people that they brought down, and that all I can do is just be honest and tell them exactly what happened. I know they have jobs, so I have to respect that, and that's what we want to do is cooperate, and they have to make their decision the best for the league. So it is what it is. They gotta wait another year, with Baker Mayfield, so be it. Like I said before, how you gotta, NFL, they got their own legal world. Think about that for a minute. They got the best private investigators in this side of the pond. It's crazy, you know, you know, you know. Oh, said before, but at the end of the day, if you can't prove it in judicial court, come on. And the civil suit's been going on for over a year too. You can't prove nothing in a civil case. It's a witch hunt. And if I'm Deshaun Watson, I take my own money with private investigators and I go in and I expose the NFL, I expose Houston Texans if I can and link them to this case. And I countersue them for lost wages and damages and all that type of stuff. But he ain't, them players ain't got the kahunas for that. You know, So they ain't got the kahunas. They don't even got the kahunas to fight for better contracts or just to take the franchise tag off. Think about that for a minute. They won't even fight for their rights, which is crazy. I said it again. They will not fight for their rights. They won't fight for their human rights. No, they won't fight for their human rights. And in a sport whose actor whose name who was the league name, the acronym stands for not for long. They don't even get health care benefits, lifetime health care benefits, bro. When people get that working at the big three. Think about that for a minute. So you think, he's going to stand up, um, he gonna stand up to improve that Houston has something linked to that case? You know, he don't have enough kahunas for that. He doesn't have enough kahunas to do that. The NFL players are not built like that. The NFL has not embraced the hip hop culture. The NFL has not embraced black minority ownership. Ownerships. They haven't even found a way to integrate more black head coaches, more black offensive coordinators, more black GMs. They haven't even done that yet. Like I said before, I agree with LeBron James. I kind of different at the time, but yeah, I won't let my kid play that sport where you're not wanted and you don't have a lifetime of protection, but you have a lifetime of injuries, of head injuries, mental trauma, and they come on, and then they don't even want to pay you lifetime benefits, and you help build this. Like I said before, man. When they wake up, man, and start saving their money, bro, it's gonna be better off. They're gonna be better off. They're gonna be better off, man. And it's just crazy, dude. They playing a crazy game in the NFL, dude. But like I said before, you got civil. A case has been thrown out in court, and a civil suit. What you gonna prove? That's gonna get through out too. Other two new additional cases. Come on, you question the time. You question the timing of those cases, bro. You question the timing of those cases, dude. Come on. Now you've been sitting at home for a whole year. Now you say, "Well, I want to do it." Come on, man. If Deshaun Watson was really about it, bro. If he was really about it, dude, this dude would hire his own private investigator to expose what the Houston Texans done to him. You know, but it is what it is. Ain't nothing gonna change. Regarding of ain't nothing gonna change in regards of with NFL players sticking up for themselves. Nothing gonna change. Mark my words. Nothing gonna change. So it is what it is, man. He probably gonna be suspended for a year. Don't be surprised when he come back from a year if it ain't 3 or 4 more civil cases after that. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised one bit. So don't be surprised one bit. But yep. But he put himself in that position. You know, they were saying the Houston Texans probably kind of helped facilitate some of those massages and all that type of stuff. So shouldn't they be fine too? But like I said before, man, NFL got its own judicial system. They police their own world. It's just crazy, bro. You got to understand the commissioner is hired by the owners. Come on, he's hired by the owners. So it is what it is. That lets you know everything you need to know. So hopefully, figure everything right, man. But like I said before, if you can't prove 24, 22 cases in the court of law to prosecute him, come on now. Come on now. But the uphill battle for him is preserving his athleticism, bro. Because if you're not using it, you're not playing football, bro. You know what I'm saying? You losing it. And hopefully taking care of his money, but he losing a lot of his prime. Now the flip side to that, he could be preserving his body too. 2 years not taking hits off, he could be putting additional years on his career. But like I said before, when you talk about the NFL, bro, it's just to the point where I wouldn't even let my son compete in football. If I had a son, I would let him compete. I would let him compete, and It's just because there's no alternative, bro. You know, you were told, you stop him. You stop me from making a living, bro. So, but like I said before, if he preserve his body, he get healthy, probably put a couple years on. But he put himself in this position, man. But he wanted to leave to Houston. You knew this was gonna happen. So how the NFL play it. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit on notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live, drop a video. And then you want to support the channel, Cash App, $sign CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Audible, Amazon coming soon, Google Podcasts coming soon. I got them done. I just gotta link it in a link tree. But check my link tree out. The first link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Peace. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Check out the NFL current news playlist.